Hey y'all. So I was getting ready for work and the post office called and said our new chicks are in. We ordered 10 Isa Browns. I have never raised Isa Browns before. That's not a heritage breed. We'll discuss all that later. Anyway, so I'm going to run up there and get these chicks and get them home before they freeze to death at the post office. All right, well, I got them, and this is the part I always hate because I'm always afraid I'm going to open this box and several of them are going to be dead. I don't have anything to cut this with, so I'll have to show y'all when I get home. At least they're warm now. All right, well, I wasn't expecting them until tomorrow, so I ran out and washed a tub. I don't have any bedding yet, so I threw in an old towel, and I have my heat lamp set up. This is the heat lamp I use every time, and I've used that heat lamp for many, many, many years. So let's see how many arrived alive. Like I said, I dread this part because I'm always afraid so many of them are going to be dead. So let's see how many casualties we have this time. Hopefully none. Aren't they cute? Oh my goodness. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but we're going to take them out one by one. Put this one's, there's alive. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it looks like we have two little casualties in here. Poor little guys. I'm sorry. This one's still alive, but it's not doing well. So we'll see if we can do something about this one, although I doubt it. So I'm going to go get them some food and water and see if we can keep any more casualties from happening. Alright, well, I made them something to drink water out of until I get home with a better waterer. I put the jar in the middle because if you don't, they'll just fall in there and drown. So anyway, I've been introducing them to the water by picking them up and dipping their beak down into the water, and showed them where it's at because they really just don't know. Got their chicken starter here, and I'm gonna head off to work and hope that when I get home I still have all these little chicks left. And I'll bring them some bedding along with a waterer because I haven't had new chicks in what, three years? So who knows what happened to the old waterer, but that'll work for now. Are you perched on the side here? Alrighty. So you guys have a good day, and we'll see you this evening. There's a prime example of why I put the jar in the middle of the bowl, because they will get in it, and they're goofy, and they will drown. So I got home from work, and they're all doing well. Now I need to get this towel out of here and get them some bedding in there. I know a lot of people are thinking about getting chickens right now with the price of eggs and the shortage of eggs, but with the price of feed right now, it may not be realistic if you're just doing it to save money. If you're doing it for shortages, then of course it's going to be 5 or 6 months before your chickens start laying eggs, and you're still going to be having to look for eggs in the meantime. That's one thing you need to be aware of. And then depending on where you live in the country, you know, a lot of chickens just stop laying in the winter time. But by the time if you ordered them now, by the time your chickens were old enough to start laying, it would be summertime. But then winter's going to come and they're going to stop laying. So be prepared for that. I water glass eggs. I will freeze some. I scramble them, mix them up real well first, and then freeze some. There's those couple of ways to store your eggs for when your chickens aren't laying. But feed prices are so high right now that if you're going to do it to save money, then you might as well not get chickens. It's kind of like getting puppies and kittens at Christmas time, and then you realize that you're over your head, and then you're trying to rehome all these little chicks that you got. And most of the hatcheries have a minimum that you can order of at least 10. And like I showed you earlier, today I, get a phone call from the post office and they say, hey, we have chicks here, hurry up and come get them. So you have to drop everything and go up there and pick up your little baby chickens because you need to get them home and get them some feed and water because they've had kind of a tough ride. And in my case, I ordered 10 and two are now deceased, and you'll have to be prepared for that. Because it seems like every time I order chickens, whether I order 10 or 30, at least one or two are either already dead or die soon after. So that's another thing you need to be prepared for. Now these chickens will stay in this tub in here in my office until they get wings, which is a couple of weeks, and then they start flying and trying to perch up on top of the light or on the edge of the tub. And we can't have chicks running around our house. So at that point, I will transfer them outside to my chicken coop where they will be segregated from the older chickens, because the older chickens, they will not be a mama. They will kill them. It happens every single time if you try to put chicks out there with these mamas. They're just not going to take them under their wing and live happily ever after. So you can't do that either. So in a couple of weeks, these guys will get transferred outside and they will stay in their separate area until they are as big as my other chickens. Because if I put them out there when they're pullets, they'll still get picked on and pecked to death. That's just the way chickens are. They have to be big enough to fight back and peck back, and until they're at least 4 months old, they're gonna stay segregated from the rest of my chickens. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows where chickens are concerned. They are cute and they are fluffy, but they do get bigger and their feed bill gets bigger, and you just really need to be prepared for all of those things. I have grandchildren, and they of course want to handle them, and it's really best that you not let kids manhandle them, because they are fragile at this age. I will let them see them and I'll hold them, and I'll kind of let the older one hold the babies, but you don't want to hand a chick to a 2-year-old because they will kill them. They're more fragile than, say, a kitten. But anyway, I'm going to get back to planting. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about raising chickens, let me know. I have raised them for over 20 years. You guys have a good night. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.